Welcome to I Love the Library. Today I'm going to talk to you about sewing. Did you know that the first sewing machine patent was on July 17, 1790? It happened to be for a machine that's helped people make shoes. It opened the door for all kinds of other patents for sewing machines. They had sewing machines that would help make hats, sewing machines that sewed leather for harness making, and of course sewing machines that made fabric or sewed fabric for garments. This is Carter Bay's book, The Encyclopedia of Early American and Antique Sewing Machines. And as you can see from this picture of an 1849 sewing machine, it's hard to even determine that it is a sewing machine. It doesn't look anything like the sleek plastic models that we sew on today. This book shows you how many companies actually made sewing machines, and there were a ton of them. And of course the most common that we know of is probably Singer, and there is a nice section on Singer sewing machines, and there are some beautiful sewing machines in here. Next we're going to look at 101 Ways to Use Your First Sewing Machine by Elizabeth Bicky. And of course it's a very eye-catching cover. I don't know about you, but I don't sew in high heels. This book has simple basics like sewing on a button, mending a ripped seam, and shortening a garment. It also has projects for making garments and projects for making household things. Okay, this one here, and I wanted to actually include something for the younger sewer, so I pulled this one. It's Sew with Sarah, PJs, pillows, bags, and more fun stuff to keep, give, sell. This one contains easy projects for preteens and teenagers, and hopefully we do have some young sewers out there. This one is 200 Sewing Tips, Techniques, and Trade Secrets by Lorna Knight. And this book has the usual, how to sew stuff, but it also includes a section on hand embroidery, machine embroidery, and silk ribbon embroidery. And of course we can't leave out Martha Stewart. This one is Martha Stewart's Encyclopedia of Sewing and Fabric Crafts. Basic techniques for sewing, applique, embroidery, quilting, dyeing, and printing, plus 150 inspired projects from A to Z. And that is quite a title, isn't it? I think it includes everything that could possibly be in the book. And of course when we're talking about sewing and sewing machines, we can't leave out quilting. This one is Nancy Mahoney's Applique Quilt Revival, updated patterns from the 30s. And anybody that was alive and can remember the 30s will just feel nostalgic looking at the cover. It has the prints that were around in the 30s, and she uses the antique reproduction fabrics in her projects in the book. And most of those prints were taken from the old feed sacks, if you remember sewing with the feed sacks. And this one is Nancy Zeman's Quilt with Confidence. This one has a section on choosing fabric colors. It goes into this color wheel and complementary colors, and just trying to help you decide what colors look good together in your quilts. It also has a number of block designs in the book. And I know you're thinking it's summer, who has time to sew? But I was thinking if we took time early in the morning before the dew goes off, and then of course in the evenings once the mosquitoes get so bad you can't stand it, maybe we can actually get some sewing projects done. If you need inspiration, come into the library. We have tons of sewing books for you to look at. I hope to see you at the library.